Here's a great little sermon outline from the New Testament letter of Paul to the Philippians. Philippians has a great deal to teach us about joy. Perhaps a few people should start reporting the crime of, hey, somebody stole my joy. If you're lacking joy or need a little or a lot more joy in your life, why don't you consider these three sources of joy from the New Testament letter of Paul to the Philippians? In just the first few verses, we find, for example, some of the servants of God. And throughout the letter, we hear about the joy of serving. In the first verse, we also hear about some of the members of the Philippian church, and they were tremendous givers. They supported the ministry of the Apostle Paul, and we hear about their fellowship in the gospel or their partnership in the gospel. And so we have the joy of serving, the joy of giving, and then once you get down to Philippians chapter 1, verses 3 and 4, Paul begins to talk about his praying, and he says that he prays with all joy. And that'll all preach, won't it? The joy of serving, the joy of giving, and the joy of praying. I think if you try any one or all three of those anytime soon, you'll find yourself going away with the joy, 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 joy down in your heart. Reminds me about a little joke a pastor told one time about a man who was so full of the joy of the Lord that when a mosquito bit him, the mosquito went away singing, I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart.